All right, I want to welcome you to tonight's broadcast. We're a little bit earlier here. We got another podcast we're going to be on. Me and Neil is at 9 o'clock, so we're going with the Seekers podcast a little earlier. We're going to be on Northwest Georgia's Cryptids podcast also, but just want to welcome everybody here tonight, and we're going to be discussing what activity we had on our last investigation, and I'm working on the video for it, and I guess we'll just go from there. I'll let all y'all introduce yourself, and then we'll start a topic here. I start with Neil, I guess.
Hardcore Neil from the OARC area.
Dale Bullock from Heber Springs area, broadcasting here from Sherman, Texas.
I'm Mark from Mountain View, Arkansas.
All right. We was all at our last investigation, which was December 9th, 10th, and 11th over near the OARC area. Turned out to be a pretty good investigation. We actually had we have to say, suspected Bigfoot. Had a creature on thermal. One of our team members, Hawkeye, was on his thermal scope. We had to move through an area. Dale had went on up above me and Clint, and I actually got a single picture of it as it passed me on night vision, and it's posted at the start of the show here. It's the opening credit there, what you see. It also has a video that I'm trying to get off our night vision. Everything says it's not compatible, so I'm looking for a software that will play it, but hoping to get that. That would be
What format is it, Wendell?
I'll have to look again. I don't remember offhand.
Well, I got some software where I can switch formats on.
All right.
Cool. Good.
We're waiting on Thomas, Chief, to get here. He's supposed to be here any minute. He's going to log in with us. You got anything you want to say, Neil, or anything about what happened? Or
Trying to think how I'm going to word it. It was cold. We definitely had some things happen inside our last research over that weekend. Definitely more unanswered questions. Something to for us to dig a little deeper on, see where it goes from there. A lot of more unanswered questions than anything else now, more than before. For me, anyway.
Right. It was interesting after that when we first got there. Within 20 minutes of starting to set up camp, we had it looked like a gyrocopter but it was bigger than a drone. It just flew around our camp there. That was kind of strange. Also during the whole weekend, like I said, it was a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. We come back home. Just me personally, I had 3 sets of batteries that was in my handheld camera there were new batteries, and usually I can get a whole day out of a set of batteries. Just went down, drained within an hour of being there. Each time I'd use it, I had also on our game camera, I put brand new batteries in it, and before we got it placed out, that'd been about 30 minutes. We went on a recon and was going to place it out. They started oozing yellow junk out of them. So it was either a bad set of batteries, but I bought them at 2 different places. The ones in the handheld camera are AAA, and the ones in the game cameras are AA, and I bought them at 2 different places. And then I had my cell phone that, and I ain't never had any trouble out of it. It would charge up and go down, and it stayed hot all the time. That was just something strange that's going on. Was it caused by Bigfoot? I don't know. That's the first time I've ever had that happen in that area. I know other people report that say, yeah, that's what caused it, or they had the same thing. Who knows? Maybe it was some kind of jamming equipment that was going on in that area at that time. Anyway, it happened. I don't know why, but it was strange occurrences.
I know that before I've been in there and I've set recorders out and only get 4 or 5 hours worth of recording time on them. And then there's been other times I've got in there and gotten close to 2 days worth of recording. So, but I know that, like, whenever we was in it this last time, I think it was only like 3 hours and the batteries were drained, and they were brand new batteries. So my battery's drained also.
Huh. Do you have any trouble with anything, Marcus, while you was there, phone or anything, batteries of any kind or anything?
No, I didn't have no problems. The only problem I had to find but all I
You're breaking up, Marcus.
yeah, traveling.
Oh, yeah?
If I look
All right.
back on when I get home.
Do you got anything to say about the investigation, Dale? Anything you noticed or something that stood out?
Only Hobo.
Yeah.
Hobo, they're about mid-morning there. Hobo he was standing in front of my truck looking down over the edge, and they was standing right at the door looking down over the edge, and standing at the back of my truck looking down over the edge, and we find them tracks the next morning, right behind the truck, just 20 yards, from the truck. And I just really amazes me that none of the perimeter alarms were set off. None of them. And you can't even see them lines in the daytime. Huh?
You're right. They weren't, were they? I forgot about that.
None of
I
them.
didn't think anything about that.
All 4 of them, all directions, there was nothing set off. And that just blows my mind that, that monofilament line, that's that spider wire stuff. You can't even see it in the daytime hardly.
Yeah.
And somehow something knows that that's there. And they have to, because especially from, where the thermals come up.
Yeah.
And we had 2 of them in that area. And one of them was stretching, maybe 15 yards. Another one we had another 10 yards across there. And something came up through them and didn't trip either one of them off. And that just blows my mind. I'm about to think we need to make about 6 or 7 of them, or 8 of them. Make sure we got a full perimeter sitting out there, especially around my truck.
I have to set one down there by the waterfalls, down there with those creeks, to sound off. That way, when something comes up through there, we'll know.
Yeah.
Especially where that waterfall is. That's too close to an area that definitely they come bebopping through.
Yeah. It just really, I don't know, can something see the monofilament in the dark? I don't know how.
I know they're hard to see because I almost tripped it. Whenever I was walking back towards that waterfall, and next thing I know, I'm like a foot from it, and I stopped like, "Oh, wait a minute! Oh no, I can't do this."
That was the only video I got of Robert and Jay over there looking. What is that? You know, like that. Perimeter alarms. Get away from it. You
Yeah, you don't touch that. It's shiny. Don't touch it. I guess we lost Wendell.
Yeah, I guess you go in there. No longer than those things take to make, and as many of those primer caps as I have, we can set up a bunch of those things. You know,
Yeah, those primer caps from muzzle loaders.
oh, they're shotgun shields.
Okay.
It's 309 primers.
Oh, okay.
Anthony Dean Smith sent me a whole box of them. I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah, we'll take advantage of that for
You
sure.
can't find any around here, around Heber. You can't find those primers anywhere.
Huh. I'll have to go to like Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop or something.
Yeah.
If you can get them through there, if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm. But the gun shops, the gun shows, none of them had any of them. They said we can't find them.
Huh.
Wow. I was telling Anthony about it. And he said, man, I got a whole bunch of them. I was like, well, send me some. And he sent me a whole box of them. Like, yeah, that'll set us up for a while.
Oh. I think I'm gonna try to figure out a way to set a camera trap up in area 2, right about the middle.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can get any kind of activity.
Yeah.
And maybe set up some kind of something for it to interact with. Set a couple cameras up on it. See if we can get it to do something.
Yeah.
See what we come up with. There he is. He's back.
I had a couple more cameras to use up there, but I wasn't.
That was crazy. It popped up, your access is denied, and shut everything down.
So what?
I said, I was in the midstream talking, and Big Deal popped up, your access is denied, and it shut everything down.
Well. See if the rest of us get one. Every time, man. It's every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Well, you know,
we just sit there and talk for 45 minutes before we went online and not one hiccup. Mm-hmm. Not one.
Well, you know, before the last 4 or 5 times you tried to have these podcasts, you know, I'd be up and running, all green flags everywhere. 8 o'clock, boom, internet connection completely disappear. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, I had a heck of a time with it. And with that new internet service, and it works out pretty good. I'm down here, of course, down here in Sherman. I've got real fast internet down here. So,
yeah, I got full bar and full signal, and it said it was from StreamYard, but it popped up and it said your access is denied. StreamYard, and that's just weird. I was talking about maybe being, I don't know, some kind of hacking or going on, or them checking on us, and then that does that. That's the first time it's ever done that. That's weird.
You get a little thing that say, "Stop talking about my big drone."
No.
Talk about those horse cars.
Let's see, but
yeah, I had one of those little old tiny square cameras. Neil, you know, we talked about them earlier, them little tiny ones.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I had one of them I was going to bring up there, and I said, well, I'm not really sure how to operate it. And then I had one just like Thomas has got one, just like the other one I had. He had it up in the window of his truck. I'm not really sure how to operate that neither. So,
yeah, I know that the batteries don't last very long on it. I'm wanting to see if I buy one of those little power bricks from Walmart and maybe run a cable to it to see if maybe it will record longer. I'm hoping it will anyway. And if so, I'm gonna do a little test with that. And if it works the way I want it to, I'm gonna take that into area 2 and set something up.
I'd like to hollow out a log.
That's what I was thinking about doing.
Putting that in the end of it. I think of what got 16, 32 hours or something like that. It can reload and then it'll start looping again.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah. It'd be a good.
Yeah,
it'd be good. I think
that
it'd be a
sounds like
good
it
idea.
worked.
I got one of those things from Walmart that I mean, it'll charge a phone up like 3 or 4 times. So that thing ought to power that thing forever, you know.
Yeah, unless the batteries go dead in it too.
Yeah, well,
All right, I was trying to get BC Davis on here. He keeps saying he's here, but then it won't let me add him. Oh, there he goes.
All right.
All right, you on there, BC?
I'm here. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Good deal.
We've already had all kinds of strange stuff happening tonight. We was talking about that. Maybe they was.
Where'd you go, Wendell?
You shouldn't have said anything, Wendell. Should've-
Stop talking about
Yeah,
that.
strange thing happened tonight, and then it goes dead. It's like, okay,
Man.
the strangeness continues.
Yep.
Yeah, any of y'all familiar with Robert Kreider?
I am not.
Name sounds familiar.
Kreider Explorations. He's got a pretty good setup out there in New Mexico. Anyway, I was gonna try to get me a conversation going with him about them drones, and see he's real familiar with the big drones and military usage and stuff. So I'm gonna see what he can tell us about that drone we saw out there, or gyrocopter, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty good size.
Yeah.
Well, he's got some listening hardware that's just amazing. He's actually building them now. He's building them he's 3D printing them all. And from what I understand, they are just incredible. They can hear a pin drop from about 200 yards. I mean, it's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, he's been sending them things all over the United States. He's 3D printing them as fast as they can build them.
Huh. Okay.
Pretty high. I wish we could afford one of them. I think he's getting about $700 a piece for them. They're very nice. They're all fully mountable on the tripods and everything. I mean, they're sweet.
A lot of cams to collect.
can you hear me any better now, Wendell?
You're very clear, Marcus. Real clear.
All right. Where'd Wendell go?
He got disconnected again. There he goes.
That's crazy. It did
You guys
that
quit talking
again.
about that stuff, man.
I am. Let's change the subject because they ain't gonna let me be on here. I mean, it said access denied. What?
Try talking about it again and see what happens.
I
Oh, no,
know.
we'll let them die until
Let's
we
move
get
on.
talking about something serious, and then they don't disconnect them.
Yeah. Get my train of thought back going here. How you been doing, BC? Is it cold down there?
13 degrees at this moment,
Ooh.
which is about 12 degrees warmer than it was when I got up this morning.
Yeah. It's 14 here, so I got a heat wave going on.
Oh, man. I don't mind winter, but this kind of cold is, I don't like this kind of cold at all.
All I can say is we're not in Chicago right now.
Or Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming. Well, Montana said they were minus 46 wind chill this morning.
I don't know.
Man.
I think the coldest wind chill I ever experienced was minus 33 in Fayetteville. That was in January of '89. I had a 7:30 a.m. organic chemistry class. And, man, I was like, surely they'll cancel classes. They didn't. And I still made class on time. Yeesh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but I was a lot younger then. younger and more resilient and maybe even stupider. I don't know.
We'll relate this to the Bigfoot topic. How do you think they deal with this cold weather like this, or you think they just it don't bother them?
That's a good question. I think they probably go down in the caves if they can, or if they can, they'll go underground. Because after so many feet, I forget how many. I think the temperature's kind of constant, like 65 or 60, which is a lot more, which is preferable to 13.
Sure enough.
They may have it all figured out. We may be the ones sitting here freezing our butts off for no reason.
Yeah. Definitely the hair would help them a lot. I mean, we got a horse out here that I got up early in the morning, and instead of her being in the barn and everything where it's warm, she's standing out by a tree, and that like it's not even bothering her. So, I mean, she's got a long coat on for winter coat now, but she's acting like it wasn't no problem. So they may be like that, like she is. What happened to Marcus? He looks like he's just brown color.
I think he set his phone down.
Oh, yeah.
We lost
PC now.
Hmm.
It's strange stuff happening again every time we go talking.
Well,
what do you think about that area, Dale, down there where we're across from Castle Rock there, where we went that last deal? As far as you think anything would stay in that smaller structure that we found there? Well, now we lost Dale when I go to talking to him.
here, try it with me, see what happens. Okay. Round 4.
Yeah. Dropping life. Oh, BC's back.
I'm
back,
kind of wondering about the paths of the waterways through there, that were all the waterways that show up at the waterfall.
Yeah.
Creeks go a different direction. I'd like to go up. Kind of curious what it would be like going up towards Castle Rock from the waterfall.
That's what I wanted to do, but Saturday we didn't have time. Friday and then Saturday it was too much water to get up through there. So I'm hoping the next time we get up there as a whole group that we get to do that.
Yeah, I know. Whenever me and Rebecca went down there, it was really, I guess that was kind of foolish on our end, because it was really kind of risky going down in there, just me and her, and she never been down in there, and she was wanting to see it and wanted to see the inside of the caves and Skull Mountain and all that stuff, or Buck Skull Mountain. So I couldn't resist it. I'll take her down in there. Hey, there's Chief.
Yeah, Chief made it. Santa Claus.
Oh.
And we've had all kinds of trouble, Chief.
Yes, sir. We have. They're at it
Here
again
tonight. Oh, Dale's back. Well, we got the whole crew that's supposed to be here now. Everybody's here.
Hey, Santa, you busy tonight?
Don't mention that. We get the cold trying to thaw out a water line. At least I got my mother-in-law back in water.
Tom, you look different on the screen.
I know.
You look like Santa Claus sitting right there.
Don't get too used to it. I'm thinking about trimming it.
The power's in your beard, man.
I looked in the mirror this morning and scared myself.
Well, you got anything you want to say there, Chief, about the investigation that we just went on? We already talked about, and I ain't going to mention it, that somebody might have been checking on us. We talked about, you was there when Hawkeye, and it was you and Darren that went through that jumped up the one that I got the one still image of. But yeah, you was there. Can you lead us through kind of what was going on when Robert or Hawkeye, how you want to say his name, nickname or real name, had
Well,
it on thermal?
yeah. Darren went ahead of us. Of course, we had Marcus and Casey right there in front of me. And Robert and I heard this thing picking us up just shortly after we entered the woods, just up from the camp. And Robert noticed I was stopping and turning around. I was trying to locate where it was coming from exactly behind us, but you could hear it every now and then take that step and step on a small stick. First, I thought it might have been a bear, but you could tell it wasn't a bear after a little bit. So when we got on down toward that second branch, I'd stopped. Robert noticed I'd stopped, and he came back. He said, "You hear it too?" As I heard it too. We first thought he was guesstimating through the thermal that it was about 40 yards out. But we slid back over there the next morning, looked, and it was actually about 20. You could see where we'd stopped. And the thing was actually 20 yards behind us. Now, as we was walking, it was about 20 yards behind us to our left, about our 7 o'clock. And that's where it was staying, right there between the 7 and 8 o'clock range. And of course, when we almost caught up to everybody at that second branch, well, it took off uphill away from us, heading toward you. And that's when we met up with Clint on the road heading back to camp. And I caught up with you up the road. But it was kind of strange because it would come up, like I said, it come up about 20 yards to our 7 to 8 o'clock. And when it noticed Robert and I stopped, it would stop and then it would go away. It was toying with us. And we just knew that thing was about to make a charge when we hit that second branch. But instead of doing that, it went on uphill and around where you got the picture.
Yeah, it was about 60 yards from me and Clint standing there, and we was actually looking back towards y'all. And I just happened to swing around with the night vision and see something go between the tree, and I was like, wow, what was that? So the next time I seen it, I clicked that picture, and then I hit the video record, and you could see it when the black shape go between the trees as it went on up the hill towards where Dale was with Cowboy and JJ, I think. Wasn't JJ with y'all, Dale?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but it was going like it up the hill all right, but it was angling out more like at 1 o'clock for me, just getting further away. Kind of like it was headed towards that area that we filmed at that Saturday down there with the Braden and them went up there where, so it was veering off from the road and from us. So
yeah, that's when I made that call when it broke off from us. It shot up that hill at our 11 o'clock, heading right toward where y'all were. And it was moving. I mean, visually, you couldn't, not using night vision or thermal or a flashlight. That night, I could only see about 10 yards out. thing with Robert. And Robert had to use this thermal to pick up where it was, but I knew it was there because I could hear it. He'd been listening to it also. And that was the same one that, across the road. I think it was front of hardcore there on the road coming from the camp. That me and Darren came and got me, took me outside of camp. He said, "Look at this. One been standing here." Robert went on across the road after it. And that's when we, set in up there.
Yeah.
But Robert and I got talking, and we figured it was the same one that was watching us from right outside of camp.
Probably so.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time we've been shadowed up in that area. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No.
Something staying just out of sight, paralleling us out there in the woods.
Right. Me and Clint was talking in an area that we hadn't really focused on, but Thomas went up in there, and Neil said he's been up in there in that a little bit. Is where they cleared all the timber and everything out, and then it goes back in. The timber starts all that to the left side there, all the way down to where our camp is. We ain't never been up in there and checked none of that out, other than up to where the cathedral area or daycare area is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close we've been in that area, been along that creek, along the creek there, when you and I went up there and we found those caves. Right up by that waterfall where Marcus had that experience that time.
Yep.
So there's Marcus back.
All right, he's back.
What?
I was just talking about we ain't checked that area out across the road from where you got hit with infrasound all the way up in there. We hadn't checked none of that area out really. We went up 2 years ago up to where we found all them tracks, me and Chief, and I don't remember. I think Marcus was with us, but we went up there so far, and then that's as far as we went in that area. But when we go back, we need to check all that area real good. Have a team go all the way through and come out to where it's where they cleared the timbers. So just so we know what's in there.
Yeah.
Hey, if I may jump in here, I want to ask, what did you feel, or what sensation did you feel when you got hit with the infrasound, if I may ask?
The feeling for infrasound, basically, whenever you go lightheaded, you get dizzy, and it feels like trying to pull you towards it.
Huh. That's a bit unsettling.
It's not fun. If I probably did not turn my head when I did and told Clint, go, just let's go, get out of here. Got back. I was still shook up. I was still lightheaded. Took me a while. We ended up leaving.
Yeah, when he got back to camp, he kept saying he had this feeling that he had to leave. He had to leave. I kept trying to talk him into staying longer, but finally, we just left.
Hey, Marcus, you got hit with infrasound. How many days do you think that you had the symptoms or the after effects of being hit? What do you think about that? What's your opinion of that? What was your experience?
To be honest with you, I don't like it because I had nightmares, and also not much outside or look out the window being watched.
Yeah, we need to talk some. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we need. Yeah.
Well, that's like
something I went through.
Yeah, another thing that Robert and I kind of both had the chills down our spine that night when we had that one showering about 20 yards behind us. But we knew it was there. It was just a matter of really locating where it was with the thermal.
Well, here's one thing I can tell you. When me, you, and a few others were walking, every time I'd look back and check on you, I had this easy feeling something behind it. That's why most of the time I kept looking straight. I did not want to turn around. I did not want to look back. I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep on looking forward. Then you guys said we have something behind. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's what I told Robert. And I said, he knows it's back there. He's not going to stick around. If you and Casey went on ahead up toward Wendell, of course, by then Darren was already out of the woods, I think.
Yeah, he was.
So, but it was just driving Robert and I nuts because we had that chill. That's something you just pick up over time. You get that chill, you know you're being watched.
And then
a lot of people don't get that. I mean, you could be walking, it could be at your 1 o'clock or somebody at your 1 o'clock, and all of a sudden you get this chill down your spine. You know it's there. You got to find it.
And then Dale and a few others had to disappear, went off with no walkie-talkie, and I'm like, where are they at? So I had to, me and 2 others had to go up the hillside looking for them.
Well, that was part of the reason we knew it was closed. We couldn't really tell at first, and I just reached up, turned the volume down on the walkie-talkie, not to spook it, because we wanted it to come in a little closer. And we was kind of baiting it in a way. I think it knew we were trying to bait it like it was trying to bait us. We was fixing to start shallowing it. So,
right.
Y'all ever heard of a Whisper 2000?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm thinking about getting one of them because I used to locate deer like that. In season when I didn't know where they was at, hadn't seen any all day and everything. You can get that thing out there and you can scan for sound. And I mean, you can hear a squirrel eating an acorn from about 100 yards away with that thing. And I mean, I've actually gone out there and listened and found where the deer was walking at, and then went to them. You know, wow. That would be really handy to have out there, so we could actually pick up those light footsteps out there, so we can know exactly what it is.
Yep.
I think you can get them brand new anymore on Amazon for. I mean, they're the old model, just like I used to hunt with. You can get them for like $19.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Huh. Yeah, that'd be something to check out.
Yeah.
Like if you're walking out in the woods and you're carrying a rifle and you don't feel like having your ears pulled off, I just picked up a set after a buddy of mine showed me a pair. If you can connect it to your cell phone and talk to other people, or you can be walking out in the woods and have it turned on, and you can hear within 50 to 80 yards of you. Those.
Huh.
You turn them.
That'd be handy to have.
Do what?
That would be handy to have.
Yeah, that's what I got to say, because it's kind of nice in case if I'm ever carrying a big rifle. I don't feel like having my ears blowing off. At the same time, I can hear what you guys are talking about with them all, and I can hear people whispering when I'm on the other side of my house and hear what they're talking about.
I need to start breaking that parabolic mic out whenever we go out there. I keep bringing it and just keep forgetting to bring it out of the case. We need to start.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. Didn't you have the parabolic mic? That's awesome.
Yeah, I need to break that out and start, because it's got an attachment on there where I can hook a recorder to it and we can record while we're listening.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah. So definitely we need to start practicing with that and kind of figure out what we're going to do. For you guys that's willing to go up and down those creeks, what's your opinion on going up them creeks and towards the bridge, towards y'all know what bridge I'm talking about to see if we get any more caves up in there. What's your thoughts on that, Marcus?
I'd go down in there.
Okay, because
I'm
there's a couple of the folks that been helping me. They got a little nickname is that Busted Brass Knuckles crew, and they're willing to go in there and get dirty with you. So I've got 2 or 3 that's itching to get in there. So you got some extra help now. So definitely.
When you get on down there, it's past where me and Thomas and Bait, Sean was at that, and Marcus was there. Once you go past where we is down there, where it V'd off, you go on past there down towards that metal bridge or concrete bridge down there. Somewhere down in there is that Deadwood area that Sean was talking about.
Yeah,
that we didn't get to go and research again. Hope he gets to come back. If not, we'll just have to go on down in there and find it ourselves.
Yep.
What?
Well, you're back, Dale. Did you get kicked off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Wendell.
Yeah.
Okay, so you heard my question?
No.
I said, why didn't Sean show back come this last investigation?
His grandpa was real bad sick.
Oh, okay.
He called me and said he was really wanted to be there and planned on it, but he's had to stay with his grandpa who was real bad sick, and I hadn't got to talk to him. I hope pray he's doing better now. But
his grandpa's up in age too. His grandpa doesn't have problems, so he's got a lot of challenges.
Well, that's like Cowboy was talking about group going out in the big thicket over near Sean's place.
Yeah, if he's all down there now, I may need to tell Sean and him to hook up and something because Sean was wanting to go out there too. So
I think he's down in Dallas now.
Is he?
His daughter said he was leaving to go back to Dallas a few days ago.
Oh,
he's in Shaughnessy now, I think.
Yeah, I know he was going to try to go over to Florida and hook up with a bunch over there. Nothing like our group. They go out unarmed and everything after the skunk ate.
Right. Well, we're talking about different groups and upcoming thing. February, it looks like 24th and 25th is what we planned out. It's still all on to go to it's not Ball Knob, but
Hurricane Lake.
Hurricane Lake. I couldn't think of that.
Yeah.
Which one?
Well,
Up there at the Oxbow Hurricane Lake or the Hurricane Lake down by Benton?
No, up there on the other side of Ball Knob.
It's White County.
That's the old Oxbow.
Yeah.
Also, Wendell, just let you know, I'm planning on having an AR-10 for the next investigation with a couple 20-round clips for it. Because that last gun I carried was way too heavy for me.
Right. They ain't none of them as heavy as Robert's gun was.
I carried that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that gun weighed more than Robert did.
Yeah. But it'd get the job done, like he said. But I see why he was tired by the end of the day.
Yeah. He almost had to tie himself to a tree to shoot that thing after a day of carrying it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the weather will cooperate that weekend and we don't get a lot of rain and we can go all the way back to that area and camp, that last spot we was at.
Do you think we'll be able to carry any kind of arms back in there?
I would. I definitely would go back there armed. I wouldn't go unarmed.
Yeah.
Like we did last time.
Yeah, that was.
Well, I didn't that time because it was the youth deer hunt.
Deer season.
Yeah.
And
I don't think any of us expected to see or encounter anything. I mean, I didn't.
Yeah.
And then there you go. It's when you least expect it, I guess.
Yeah.
That tree limb getting thrown at us like that didn't. I was like, boy, I wish we had some weapons with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were within a semicircle because we were getting like whoops and wood knocks. I think from like the 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 9 o'clock position. So I think we were. They had a semicircle around us, I think.
Well, you know how I kind of went out to the south of the rest where the rest of the group was.
Yeah, I remember.
And I swore I saw something, a tree peeker back there, because I saw this brown shape, and then I looked and it wasn't there anymore. And then I looked and there it was again. And I looked and there, I was trying to get a better look at it, and it was gone again. And I'm like, something's peeking on me back there. I know it's there.
That's the same time that me and BC and Larry, ain't his name?
Yeah, Larry.
Yeah, and Robert was trying to figure out what was by that tree that was in front of us.
Yeah. If you look at that picture, it looks like there's a tree peeker to the right, on the right side of the picture.
Yeah, that's the one I posted, but I can't say that it was or wasn't, but it's definitely, I didn't see it while I was there, and it's not blowed up. I mean, I can blow it up, but it's something that looks like it's standing beside the tree. I'm ready to get back there and take another picture of that and see if it's something was there or something wasn't,
Well, then there was that other thing that you and I saw. I mean, we all saw it. I mean, Larry saw it blink in it. But here's the thing, Wendell. I've talked to Larry and Robert, and neither of them saw it stand up, but you and I did see it stand up. I can't explain that.
I can't either.
Well, if I go on the February, it's iffy right now because Heather's knee surgery. So if I go, I'll probably have to drop her off at my sister's house. That way, somebody is near.
Oh yeah, I understand. Your sister don't live far though, does she?
No, Center Hill.
Yeah.
Heather probably get a squeeze off a few rounds.
Right.
Yeah, next time it's good weather and get down there, I'll talk to Robert and see if he wants to kind of go down there and try to take a picture of that same area and see if we see the same thing. But it sure does look like there's a tree peeker, and it looks like there's something else there to the left of that picture.
Yep.
Something bipedal, but what it is, again, I don't know. Not a clue.
This just ain't enough.
Well, that area that we were in, I got to looking at it, and all around was a perimeter. Looked like tree trunks is a perimeter all the way around, and that's where I saw, something kind of stand up there and, kind of peeking around that tree. And I got real still and kept watching it, and it was still there. And I put my binoculars up on it real quick. Boom, gone. I thought, son of a gun, had a chance to look at it close and missed it. But I'd heard the kind of a knocking back in there a couple of times, and I know something's up in there.
Well, I know Roberts, he did a tree knock and got an immediate response. I mean, within like 2 seconds, he hit it and then just almost an instant response.
Yeah.
That was off to probably our 2 o'clock. I'm guessing 40, 50 yards away.
There's definitely something there, and we was getting close enough in on it. It didn't want us there. I think it's used to people coming up there at that campground and around, but it wasn't used to something coming right towards it and in its area and looking.
No,
it didn't want us there.
We saw some pretty good tracks up there. That's a good indication.
Oh yeah. Definitely some tracks.
You're talking about an area too?
No, we're talking down there at the Hurricane Lake area there at Ball Knob. It's not far from where you worked and cut logs and everything there on the state highway there, Marcus.
Yeah. I'll probably be at that. Most likely, yeah, I'll be at that one.
Yeah, it's the February 24th and 25th. It's just a Friday
Make sure you
evening
bring
and
me
night.
a birthday present when you come up there.
Yeah, it'd be Dale's birthday.
I would like an infrared scope.
Yeah.
Let out there, you know.
Yeah, I'll work right on that. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, okay. Appreciate. I knew you'd come through, Marcus.
First,
Well,
I'll get one of my gun,
it-
then I'll wait about 3 years and get your gun.
Any viewer out there that wants to donate us one, either for Dale's birthday or just for the whole group, just contact us, any of us on Messenger, and we'll get you an address to mail it to.
Hey, yep.
I'll take one for my birthday coming up.
Yeah. You never know. I've heard of stranger things. There's somebody out there that might, instead of armchair quarterback, armchair Bigfooter, and wants to help. We're sure willing. Any donations of any equipment or anything like that.
Yeah, I saw a really nice Argo 6-wheeler.
Oh yeah,
Marketplace. Somebody put on there about a day ago. Oh, that thing would be so sweet for our uses. Man, it'd go anywhere.
Eventually, I plan on getting a regular side by side that can sit 6 people, 4 to 6 people.
Yeah, this thing had a big full front seat and a big back seat in it too, and then side seats in the back of it. I think, boy, that would be sweet.
Needs to be 4-wheel drive to go through some of that stuff. But can you?
It's 6-wheel drive.
Okay. Can you have 4-wheelers like an area too?
I don't know. That'd be a question there for Neil. I think he can. I see side by sides everywhere.
I'm pretty sure you can. I mean, it's literally going into the national forest, and there's no. Well, there's one place in. Well, I don't want to say too much. As far as where we're at in Area 2, I think we'd be all right. But there is another access point in Area 2 that we have to be careful with that. So
You talk about that one.
I don't want to say too much more because of,
Right. They'll
Just
narrow down where it is.
Yeah.
I've even had people that wanted to join the group this last time want to know exactly where it was at, and I'm not telling you where it's at. You meet us at the Workman's Trucks Center, or you won't go, and then they didn't show up. So,
Well, even if they did show up, don't be shy. Come talk to us. I mean,
yeah,
we're not going to bite hard. I mean,
yeah.
we just, you may have questions that we have answers to, and we may have questions y'all may have answers to. So we can either work together or work against each other. I prefer to work together.
I do too.
That's my opinion.
Well, we're almost at the hour mark. We started a little bit earlier, and me and Neil's got another podcast that we're got to go to. Any closing remarks or anything anybody wants to talk about right quick?
Just Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Try to stay warm.
Yeah,
On the next podcast, I'll tell you more about some sightings that, I sent you that one on Messenger, Wendell, here
Yeah.
about a week or so. She's told me some more things. I've talked to her, and really interesting stuff.
Awesome.
Now, Neil, hadn't you had a bunch of sightings? People tell you about some more activity up there around your area?
Yeah. She was kind of gung ho about getting and let me do an interview with her, but because of her job, she got real nervous about it. But there is somebody else I've talked to that lives right down the road from this person, and I also know them. And I think they're going to be willing to let me interview them. And I'm going to really push for an interview in the next couple of weeks. And what I'll probably do is just go ahead and record it and send it to you, Wendell. That way you can
All
post it on the page and stuff. The first girl, she just got nervous, and I understand why, being what she does for a living. I understand why.
Well, also on that, anytime that, like I've told them before, we don't have to show their face. We could have it darkened, or they can be sitting opposite to the camera, like we're just looking at the back of their head as they tell their story. Or
yeah, that's kind of what I was telling her. But I think a lot of it is some of the stuff that she's going to talk about is, well, it's right up our alley. You know,
right.
it just. I think she's worried about the judgment, and just she has to get the courage to even talk about it. And I'm going to give her some more time, but I'm going to continue to work with her on it. But as far as a fellow that lives right down the road from her, I'm pretty sure he's going to be willing to talk, because once he started, he didn't stop. So
I wish we could set up a town hall up there in your area.
Yeah, I do too.
With many people that's got Bigfoot statues and stuff in their yard, know there's a lot of people that's got something to talk about.
Yeah, maybe we need to do set a day like that, and if we find some building to rent or something to do that, and say, hey, if you've had a encounter or something, show up this day. Or
I know that Charleston, over in the southern part of Franklin County, they have these town hall meetings, and
Oh yeah.
I'm not for sure how many they've had. I know they've been on television or on a commercial on television talking about it, or on the news anyway.
Yeah, when Erica was talking about that the other day, right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What, Erica, was that her name? Your niece, or?
Oh, Rebecca.
Yeah,
Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca was saying they do have them in
Charleston. Yeah,
that's our new medic. So she's very excited to be on.
I'd really like to do that. That sounds like, I think that we could get a lot of people involved in it. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to mention his first name. Y'all know who he is. I mentioned him to y'all. I could ask him, and he could tell us where they have them at.
Yeah, you know what, Chief? That would be a good idea. That I know what you're talking about and who you're talking about.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, because he would know for sure. He would for sure.
All right, we'll try to arrange that, and looking on that 24th, February 24th. Did we have phone signal while we was down there? Do y'all remember?
I think I did, but I think it might have been one bar. I mean, that's kind of a bad area for reception.
Oh, okay. I was thinking we might do a live podcast from there. I was going to do it at Area 2, and I hadn't had no trouble with signal anymore, but I couldn't keep a battery charged. We've talked about that earlier in the program, but
Exactly.
Well, if I get down there before then, I'll make sure to make a note of that. What kind of reception I get?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. The 23rd, and if we can, on the 24th of February, we'll do our podcast from there live on location.
You had those batteries blow up on your game cam in Area 2. Mine went completely dead, a brand new set. So
yeah. That's the first time anything like that's ever happened there, so I don't know.
I know.
Well, all right, we're going to sign off of here. I'm going to tell, like before, everybody have a Merry Christmas, and look for us in the next podcast in January, around the 23rd. We'll post it. And anything y'all want, final word before we sign off of here?
Just Merry Christmas to y'all. Look forward to this investigation.
Merry Christmas.
Right. Stay warm.
Okay.
And for any viewers that's on here, you can join Northwest Georgia Cryptids a step above. Me and Neil's fixing to be on their podcast. If we can keep everything working right, and I'll just see y'all.
Wendell.
Yeah.
Send me a link to that because I'm gonna watch that.
All righty.
Yeah, same here, Wendell.
All right. Will do.
Y'all take
See
care.
y'all later.
All right.
Take care.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.